Welcome to Real Talk with Donna Valdes, where we dive deep into the stories of resilience, triumph, and hope from some of the most inspiring entrepreneurs, women in business, and leaders from all walks of life. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Real Talk with Donna Valdes. That's me. If you didn't know, that's me. I'm that girl. It's so funny. It's like talking in third person. I feel like I've watched a bad episode of Seinfeld, but here, Real Talk with me. Every week, I try to bring you some interesting stories of hope, strength, experience from entrepreneurs, focusing a lot on women in business. People just have the real talk because, as I've said before, I'll say it again. I am so sick and tired of baffling with bullshit. And I think sometimes when you're out there just trying to get it done, if you hear someone's story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it makes you feel like you're not alone and you're not insane, that this wild, crazy ride of being an entrepreneur might just be for you after all. So if I can give somebody a little glimmer of hope, because my guests are amazing and I'm so excited to share them with you. If that helps one person just keep going one more day, then this is all worth it. So make sure you hit subscribe, because every week I bring you amazing people like the guest I have today. I got to tell you, this is what we might even get into the story of how we've had to do this a couple times, because her energy is so redunculous. It's just redunculous. Okay. That's a new Googleable word, redunculous. But I met this woman just a couple months ago. And have you ever met someone that you feel like you're a kindred spirit? Like you just feel like you've known them all your life and you just see it like, hey, let's go have coffee because we haven't seen each other in a while, and you pick up where you left off. And you meet it like with a complete stranger. That's Kerry and I. And I am so excited to introduce everyone to Kerry, my girlfriend, Kerry Zall, Kerry Romano Zall, because she has to have three names. Kerry, say hi to everyone.
Hello, everybody. I feel so honored to be here today. This is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to hear what you're going to ask and what we're going to talk about. And let's blow some people's minds today.
I know. Kerry says to me, can you send me your questions? I'm like, nope. Can you tell me what we're going to talk about? Nope. We're going to keep it real talk, so you guys, you're going to get the real thing. Kerry, I am first of all, what a blessing that you're taking. And you are probably one of the most busier women I know in business. So thank you so much, honestly, for taking time to jump on here with me. I want everyone, if you had to give an elevator pitch, because we're so conditioned to doing it for our business, I want to hear yours about you. So why don't you just tell everyone real high level, a little bit about who you are.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I'm Kerry Romano Zall, and yes, I do have those three names: Kerry, like County Kerry, Ireland; Romano, like the cheese; and Zall, because I'm all that. I had to give my husband proper acknowledgement by taking his beautiful name too as well. I reside in Northern California. I come from corporate America. I was done playing and just doing the corporate America, the rut race of it, and working somebody else's dream when it wasn't giving anything back to myself except for the relationships that I created, because in corporate America, I was a professional relationship builder in each category that I worked in. And one day in the end of 2019, I decided to do my own thing. And I was sitting up by my pool and I was drinking coffee at that time with my husband. And I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to do a lifestyle podcast, and it's going to be bigger than Goop. And I caught myself and said, whoa, I can't believe I just said that. And I did. I started and founded Corporate Hippie Connection. We are a positive empowerment, conscious living community and movement where we have the skills of the women that we surround ourselves that are highly skilled in what they do. And we offer people the proper tools to take them to their higher potential while we're taking ourselves to our higher selves. And so that is me in a nutshell. I mean, there's a little bit more. I mean, I do run a farm. I run two businesses, grow over 100 medicinal herbs. I love getting my hands in the soil. I love helping people. I'm an alchemist and I love humanity. And it's important for me to put people first and money second, because the money will always come when you do that.
That's incredible. I told you she was busy. I mean, yeah, I'm running two businesses and a farm, and I'm out there with the chickens. And, like if I call Kerry, she's like, I'm in the farm. And I'm like, okay, and here I am at my desk. I am so jealous. It's such an incredible journey watching. I love your mission, by the way. So we will make sure we link up to Corporate Hippie here. But how did you come up with the name? I gotta ask, what's the story behind that name?
Okay, that's a really great question. So I've always been the corporate hippie. Always, shopped vintage, always went to the flea market. In fact, I started my own business at 12 years old at a flea market. My dad helped me and funded my own business at the age of 12. And so I was always around the vintage clothes and the vintage stuff. And I was just loving the 1960s. And that's just always been me. It's always been embedded. It's not like, oh, I'm going to change my style. My style has always been the same since I was born. And so in the corporate arena, I was always that corporate hippie. And I even started a group called Corporate Hippie. But when I went to name Corporate Hippie Connection, I wanted to name it Corporate Hippie. And it was not available. In fact, 3 different people had it trademarked, and I went, well, I'm not getting involved in that mix. It's interesting that I owned the Facebook group, the name there, but I didn't want to get into any legal issues. And so I sat and I just marinated in it for a couple days. And my content creative director that was going to creative direct for my show, she and I were just tossing around words and we came up with connection and why that is so important and why everything happens for a reason, right? I wasn't meant to have it corporate hippie because corporate hippie connection is not about me. I might be the face of the company, but it's about the community and the connection, right? And so when it came, it was 3 words. I already saw the logo in my head. I saw a triangle, which is the 3 points, and I saw the initials. And so when I worked with a branding expert, I said, this is what I see. Can you create something? And that's how we got branded with that beautiful logo. And the color palette was done by a local woman in the community. And so that is the story behind the name. And I love it. And I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it to Corporate Hippie. I love that it says Corporate Hippie Connection because we are all connecting. We are all in connection.
Yeah, I think especially pre and post pandemic, I talk about how connection now has a different meaning. It's really amazing. Like you strive for that one-on-one in-person connection when really you don't need to. You've got all these tools, all these amazing people that work for you, all this stuff that you have. I really enjoy the fact that you make it a real effort for that one-on-one connection. I mean, it's part of who you are. Like I've felt it. And that's like from the very first time you and I connected, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
we got it, we see it. And you're not fakey, you're not in it because you say, oh, I don't profit from Donna, so therefore I'm not gonna, I don't need to be friends with her, which happens all the time when you're in business, right? If someone can't get something from you, they don't want to get to know you. And so I really appreciate it. I just making that known. I just really appreciate it. You're
Thank
authentic.
you. Thank you.
You're the real deal. So let's
Thank
talk
you.
about the rise of how you want to help women and entrepreneurs. When you sent me, and thank you, you sent me a love package from your company. And a lot of those things were made from women that have small businesses. You really try to be their advocate. What is it about, like even the person who did your logo, a local woman you didn't go to a big you didn't go to a big printing agency, you didn't go to a big advertising agency. You could have, but you intentionally stuck with a local woman in your community to help her. The things that you sent me, I've got one right here. I wore it the other day. This beautiful, done by a local woman. Hold on. I don't want to break it. It's tangled up. Look at this. See, I got it right here. Isn't that beautiful?
Actually, that's not local. That's very special. Those beads come from India. I traveled to India last year and I brought back a handful. And I got to watch how I articulate my words. I saved some special beads for some special people that have touched my heart. And I sent them to you because I got a special connection with you. You're right about me. I do like one-on-one,
Mhm.
and it's important for me because I need to feel their energy. Yes, you can feel energy through the screen, right? You can feel a little bit, but when you're in front of somebody, you can really go in and be able to dance around their light. I know right away if I can dance with you or not. And right away, I saw this such a bright light. And I told you that right away. I said, girl, you've got a gift. You've got a gift and it's big and you're going to change the world one person at a time. And when you meet people that are like-minded and have touched you, I always like to send them a gift and let them know, hey, you're on my radar, girl. And I enjoy you and I have love for you and I'm about your mission and let's co-create together. And we've known each other for 4 months. And in those 4 months, I've seen you grow too. Like you're prospering. And of course, we all go through our ebb and flows, right? That's life. But when you have strong powerhouse women around you, well, let's just face it, behind every powerhouse of a woman, there is a group of powerhouse women behind her, right? They might not be at her level. They might be getting information or energy or the skill set from that powerhouse woman to take their own selves to their higher potential. There is stuff inside of you that I am manifesting into my existence to learn from, vice versa. We're all mirrors of each other. And I'm a gifter. That's one of my love languages. I love to gift. And I love to be around people one-on-one because I sometimes notice that the person I'm in front of doesn't even see how bright their light is.
Mm.
They don't even realize what their gift set is. And for me, I feel like my superhero power is to bring that out in them, to show them their beauty and say, look at the girl you're talking about that you see in the mirror is not the girl that I see. The girl I see is going to move mountains. The girl I see is got a light that is so bright. And the only thing that I see that I think that you need to work on, and not you, Donna, but the person I'm working with,
Mhm.
might be just a little exfoliating their soul or maneuvering some energy to birth something big inside of them. And sometimes, we get lost. Sometimes we wake up and it's not so much that we're lost, we get a little disconnected and we need people like you, Donna, to spiritually bump us and get us back in an alignment.
I love that. Your manifestation. You're the manifestation goddess, by the way. You're like the spiritual goddess, which I absolutely love, and I'll be your chiropractor. We'll bump it together. That's good. I want to talk about you work with a lot of people and you do a lot of different things. How many businesses right now are you like you're involved with what I think I 6, 7 different businesses, different opportunities, different things that you got going on. How do you manage your time? That is a big thing for a lot of women out there that feel they just don't have time. They just, and I'm in awe of how you manage your time. How do you have a favorite tool, a favorite thing? How do you do it? How do you keep it all together?
Okay, so that's a really good question. And it's not every day that I have it together. I'm not perfect. I'm just like everybody else. I have tweaked things over the years and pivoted to get myself on a straight and narrow. So what I do when I wake up first thing in the morning is I drink my water, and my water I've been doing for a long, long time, where I do word affirmations in my water. I just recently, and you just recently implemented that into another product, right? But I've always done word affirmations in my water. In fact, I have it and I'm not finished with it. So this is what I started with this morning. This is my word affirmations, all of my gratitude from the night before. And if there's anything that I forgot, it's not too late. You just take the the cover off, and you just speak it in there. So, whatever that may be, I might wake up and say to myself, oh, it might be tough for me. And I know that all my gratitude and everything that I was grateful for last night. And I wake up in the morning and I just take a drink of my water. Simple, really simple, but it's all frequency. It's all vibration. It's all energy. That's the first thing. And then again, I give gratitude. And then recently, I just implemented something new into my routine, and I'm taking a cold dip in the water. First thing, I go up to my pool and I finish my meditation and I take a dip. And the reason why I started that is because I had to tweak something, because I am a normal human being that goes through the ebb and flows. Right now, what's going on, with all these flares, and that's a whole nother episode to get into what's going on right here, right now. But it's affecting me because I am an energy worker and I am a light worker, and I feel all the feels. And so it was important for me to do self-care first thing in the morning. So I get everything done for me, and all of my like mastermind talks or sessions, power hours, and all of that done before 10 o'clock. And then at 10 o'clock is when I start taking appointments. I think you do the same thing. You have to set expectations for yourself first before you can set expectations for anybody else. So if you're not doing the talk, then how do you expect anybody else to do it? So another thing is I'm a little OCD and I'm very, very organized. I cannot conduct my day unless I'm completely organized and I dot my I's and cross my T's. And that is another thing that is really close and dear. I eat very healthy. I eat very clean. I eat and drink a lot of the herbs and stuff that I grow here on the farm. And it's also frame of mind, If you're taking the time to meditate and pray, whatever it is that you do first thing in the morning, and really go into that and giving yourself the self-care and the self-development is another thing that I've added on, is reading 10 pages a day of whatever that you're interested in. And I'm not talking about fiction. I'm not talking about a murder, mystery. I'm talking about self-care, stuff that you are really interested in is really important to really exfoliate who you be.
I
That's my
love
morning
that.
routine.
That's incredible. I cannot believe you're doing cold dips. I mean, that I got to work up to that. I'll get there. I'll do cold showers. I'm working up to that. I'm a work in progress. I love that.
Well, how
Um,
about if we challenge it? You could be doing it with me. You could start tomorrow.
okay.
You wouldn't believe it. I go in naked. Just go
Oh,
in naked.
yeah.
And
Well, the good
and
news
and
is my pool is pretty warm right now because we're in the middle of, summer in Florida. So it's like, yeah, I really can't complain. I sound like I'm such a wuss here complaining about my pool. I think my pool is at 95 degrees right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, right? Now, I think it's actually great. I am a big believer of repetitive actions, positive actions to make a good habit. And whether it's like we do our morning routine, nighttime routines are just as important for me. I do my gratitude journaling at night, and then I do it every morning. I write what I'm grateful for. I haven't tried. I'm going to try the water, speaking gratitude affirmations into water. I saw a video, I'm sure you saw it as well, where the energy, I'm really trying to understand the frequency and energy of people. I know, and this is where you come in so helpful. I know logic says we're all energy, cells are energy, and I get that. We learned about that in school. What I didn't understand was how powerful and how infinite that energy takes form and re-energize, rebirths itself, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, we're all energy, we can all do that. But when I saw the one video where speaking and your words have energy and how it changed, I think it was snowflakes. I think of the video was snowflakes, and or yelling at a plant. When you yelled at a plant and how it changed dynamics to giving love to a plant, one thrived, one didn't. In water, ice, one turned melted. It was terrible. And one turned into a beautiful snowflake. It was very bizarre. And you guys, might be able to find the videos and throw them here. How do you change? And this, I think, is important. I want to hear your opinion. Someone is struggling. They believe they're on the cusp. They believe they can start a business. They believe they are better. They're destined for more. They believe, but they just have this block, and maybe they're struggling and they feel like it's their, how do they change their energy? How do you go from being this person to shining the light unapologetically, what you do? How do you go from here to releasing it? Like, how do you do that? It's like some kind of metamorphosis that I don't know how I'm and I feel like I'm still a work in progress, right? I'm still struggling with those blocks. I'm still understanding, good begets good, bad begets bad. I'm still trying to get the whole understanding of it. But you got it. You understand it. I see you directing your energy and you can navigate it. How do you get there? How does someone break through? And let's say they wake up and say, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired of the negativity. I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to participate. I don't want to deal with drama. I want the positive, the light, the prosperity, the abundance part. And you work with people, you coach them, you guide them. Is there a system? Is there a secret sauce? Do I sprinkle fairy dust? What do you do to go from here to here?
Okay. This is really a loaded question, and it's going to take me a minute to answer it. So first, when I'm working with somebody, I have, gift sets, right? So I'm able to really go in and see what the block is. But I like to pick at it in order for them to come up with it themselves. So it could be a childhood trauma, it could be a divorce, it could be a battered relationship, it could be eating disorder. I mean, the list goes on of it could be addiction, depression, whatever, but the depression is attached. It's attached to a story, right? And what I like to do is go in and I always ask them, are you open to this information? Because not everybody is open to crack open to start working on the self-discovery. So if they're coming to me, I already know they're open, but I still like to ask because sometimes I go right in and I don't hold back. I'm no BS. I go right in and I'll say to them, what happened to you when you were 7 years old? And they'll pause or their mannerisms might change and they say, well, yeah, this, and this happened to me. Well, what part of that story do you still believe? And we work on it, massage it. Because when you could want to be, you might want to be this spiritual entrepreneur and start selling coaching classes, but you have these blocks. If you're not doing the work yourself, you can't be successful in what you're doing unless you're doing the self-discovery work and doing the deep work. I'm really a true believer that you can't just hop over and say, everything's great. My husband decided to take me on a date night and he bought me jewelry, so everything's great. No, there's still patterns and stories that live inside of you that need to be healed, right? And so when you're working on yourself and breaking that down and getting the proper tools to take you to your higher potential, which is that spiritual entrepreneur that wants to sell those courses, that wants to be successful, then you can do it because now you're a woman of your talk. You're talking the walk and walking the talk, right? I think I said that right.
Yeah, you did. Well, because people want to buy from those that they know, trust, and like, right? Yeah, I mean, if you are, let's say you're selling a course, if someone doesn't know, like, or trust you, they're not going to buy from you. So this work you're talking about, I think it's vital. I think it's vital because it makes someone, to get the confidence, to get the experience, to clear that bad energy so that someone, first of all, you're going to attract them. They're going to get to know you. They're going to get to learn to like you, which then comes, I want to work or collab or do some, some kind of commerce or something. I want to work with you. I think what you're doing is, I don't want to overshadow it. I think that is absolutely vital.
There's two more parts. So there's that part of breaking the person open, right? And being vulnerable. And then the second part is the homework. So when somebody doesn't feel good about themselves, the first thing that I do is I ask them to do the mirror work. And the mirror work is not easy for some people. They don't want to look at themselves in the mirror. and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am worthy, I am a powerhouse every single day. Now, it depends on the person. And I come up with the first thing to say. They come up with 3. They have a little bit of help, need a little bit of help. I help them with 4 and 5. But 5 affirmations every single day. And it gets to the point where you go past a mirror and you kind of back up and you check yourself out and be like, yeah, you're doing it, girl. And you get to that point and I see the transition in people and I just think it's working. And then number 3 is the magic sauce. It's the magic sauce to all of it. And that's gratitude. Now, you could do your gratitude in the morning, you could do your gratitude at night, but when you're living in a constant state of gratitude, you can tell, you can see it in people's eyes. That means you're grateful for the good and the great. So the good day is maybe a day that an accident happened or you got a ticket or whatever. That all happened for a reason. We're all going through lessons in life. In order for us to learn from these lessons, well, let me take that back. In order for us to get to the next step, we have to learn the lessons and we have to be in gratitude. I said this in a conversation about a week ago. We were talking about gratitude and massaging gratitude. And I said, that pesky person that's behind me is tapping her feet. I'm in line at a supermarket, tapping, huffing and puffing, because this 90-year-old woman in front of me is writing a check. And it's taking forever. And I could just feel the negativity and the energy. So I step back and I say out loud, we're not supposed to be on the road right now, with a smile on my face, because that's what I truly feel. You might be huffing and puffing, but this old lady could be saving your life right now. Maybe you're not supposed to be in the car, but I don't say that straight to them. I'm thinking this, but I'm saying out loud, we as a community here, right now, in this line, we're not supposed to be on the road right now. So gratitude, that's being in a constant state of gratitude. And I think that more people that practice gratitude, that is when the juicy stuff starts coming in. That's when flow starts happening. And what's behind flow? Abundance. And people don't realize by doing these simple things, drinking your gratitude water, your affirmation water, your word vitamin water, meditating, giving gratitude, and really being invested in the people that you are around that are like-minded. So maybe this is a 4-part question, because the 6 people you hang around, I truly, truly believe you become the average of. And it doesn't mean that person that's kind of drama-y and noisy that you have in your tribe, it doesn't mean you have to kick that person out of your tribe. It just means that you're going to go start a teepee over here, and she's just not going to go in your teepee. And you're going to invite other people in that are higher than you, that you can learn from and be around those people and that vibration and that frequency. And then guess what happens? Your vibration goes to the higher frequency to a complete match, and now you just elevated yourself. And so that's what I try to do with people that I'm around, is to show them their inner light and their beauty, and whatever you're going through right here, right now, it's going to pass. Give gratitude for it. I'm so grateful for everything I've gone through, even in 2020 when I started Corporate Hippie Connection.
That's incredible. I mean, I think about all the women in toxic relationships or in abusive relationships, or people that have started business and it's not going their way and they struggle. If you just find, instead of wallowing and finding the gratitude and the lessons on it, to help get through it, because this too shall pass. I mean, I think it's poetic. I think it's absolutely perfect. I love that. Talk to me about, what do you do when it's tough for you? What does Kerry do when shit hits the fan? Or you're so positive. It's like, do you ever have a bad day? Like, do you scream? What do you do? Punch your pillow? What do you do to handle a tough day?
You know, it's really interesting that you just said that. So I will go out and ground right away because it will change the dynamics of the situation. I do not make dramatic decision making. If somebody comes to me with a business deal, you know, I get offered to partner up and companies wanting to co-create with me. And I know right away that if I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm getting a lot of pressure, that's my biggest thing is feeling overwhelmed. And I don't like to say no to people, but right away to change the dynamic, I will go outside and I will ground. I will take my shoes off and I will go ground on my land. And it allows me to really to look at things and be more sensible and really to look at, like, for instance, if a company wanted me to partner with them, to look at everything and it's not about money with me. It's about my reputation. It's about what can this do to help and affect other people's lives. If it's not, and it's just straight money, then it's not for me. How is it going to benefit the community and the movement, right? And if it's going to benefit, then it's something that I'm able to give my whole heart to. But when I go through stuff, it's grounding, number one. Number two, really go into meditation and prayer. My human design is I'm a manifesting generator. So manifesting generators should not make decisions for 3 days, 72 hours. So when I'm going through stuff, I don't make a decision. It might be the shits and I just don't go through it. I try to find the better feeling thought and I massage it and I massage it. Keep on finding that better feeling thought. And when I do that, that's when things start to, you know, turn and I'm able to see things in full color and say, okay, that's not so bad. That happened for a reason. The door is shut, another door is going to open. So yeah, you're right. I do find the better feeling thought and I always flip it to a positive no matter how bad it is.
That's amazing. I mean, really, that is amazing. It's like, because I've talked to so many people and they say, yeah, here's something I'm finding consistent with these podcasts and all these amazing people I'm talking to. Every single one of them has talked about gratitude and how gratitude has sped up their success, and they don't understand it and they don't care. They don't want to understand it, but they know they couldn't be where they are without it, which is it's just amazing to me. And when it all hits the fan, they limit the amount of time they can think about it. All of them. No one said, "Oh, I go into a deep depression." I'll give myself 1 hour. I'll give myself 1 day. I'll give myself 10 minutes. And then they turn it off and they all then talk about gratitude. So what you're saying, and what I'm trying to say in a bad way, is you're not alone in this thinking because it works. And it's a common thread if you go back to these podcasts that we're publishing, it's a common thread. Gratitude is the number one key for success in business and in life. And then two, if something bad happens to you, so what? It's okay. Just move on. Like, make the decision. You're very intentional about it. Like, you're very, very intentional. Make the decision to find something good in it. Again, finding gratitude in it and then moving on. I mean, that's a book I should write, is
Mm-hmm.
pulling all of this from,
Mm-hmm.
it's striking me how this is such a common theme with everybody that I'm talking to, and you guys don't know each other. I can guarantee you don't know the guests that have talked to, and they're all, that core belief is there. It's mind-blowing. If you don't believe in gratitude and the intention of it and how it's successful people are using it, I encourage you to go read a book, go watch these podcasts, because it's astounding to me. Like, the light bulb is going off in my head. Like, this is such a key thing that we often will poo-poo about and talk, like, gratitude. Yeah, we know we're supposed to be grateful. Okay, say thanks before dinner. No, it's bigger, and it's a core stream value that we should be having. Oh, so thank you. Okay, what books are you reading right now? I am curious. I want to know what is pouring into you right now.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm reading quite a few books all at the same time. Yeah.
You have OCD too, so
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not really good with just reading one book. Sometimes I just feel like I need to pick up another book and I'll just go through and I'll press and I read that page. I am getting more into video, what is it, Audible, the
Mhm.
Audible books, and
Yes.
listening to them because I'm so busy and I'm in constant Zooms and running everything. It's a lot for me. So I'm finding myself when I'm in the car or if I'm in the house, I'll blare it in more than one room. And basically, my practice is getting back to the roots of doing more mantra. So, whatever book I'm reading at that time, I will definitely read 10 pages and using whatever I'm learning and implementing it into the day or the next day. And I think that's important because people just read and it just goes in their brain, but what are they doing with the knowledge? You know,
Mhm.
it's like goes back to vibration. You said you don't understand it, you get it, but here's a really good exercise for people to do. And this goes back to what you're reading, what you're saying, right? So I am talking right now and it's vibrating through my body. That's vibration. That's why it's so important what words come out of our mouths. So if you're going to swear, right, that's got a low negative vibration. And I'm not saying I don't swear, but it is really slowed down because I pay attention to what I'm saying. So last night I was at a women's circle and we were all humming and singing. And I could see everybody's manner, that their whole body language, everything was lifting up, right? And I mean, right now, let's just do a little exercise and just say, ah, la, 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 la.
Ah, la 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 la. I can't do as pretty as you, but
Do you
ah,
feel it?
ah, la, la, la. Yeah, I can.
Right?
Your
So that's
chest comes up.
vibration.
Yeah, your chest comes up and you
So
can feel it.
when we're talking positive,
Mhm.
we're at a higher vibration. So it's really important to really think about what's coming out of our mouths. And like you said, it was not, I don't know verbatim exactly what you said. Well, this is not a good way to say this. No, that I disagree with you. Let's rework those words. You were articulating it in your brain and you were speaking out how you understand it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the Donna way, right? So I saw it as a positive.
I like that. I like
We
that.
don't want to talk bad down or bad about ourselves.
Right. And that's so easy, especially for women. I find it super easy to second guess, second judge, or speak ill, oh, I'm this or I'm that. And I've learned lately, like when you even are describing how your day is, if things aren't going well, I'm fantastic. I am excited and I'll choose my words that way. So you're right about that. Last thing I want to talk about is how, like, okay, so I feel selfish. I am very selfish with your time right now, but I see you helping so many people. How does someone get into your universe to get help? Because you have such a gift. Uh, Not only what did you call yourself? A
I'm a manifesting generator.
manifesting generator. I also see you as an incredible empath. You feel, when someone is happy, you feel that energy. And I think that's what a lot of empaths really are. They just don't know it. They say they're empath, but what they are is they're feeling the energy of other people. And like for me, if I see a sad movie or I feel somebody has been hurt, I take it on. I could feel it getting heavy on me. And, it brings me down. That's why I really try to stay away from the negativity, the drama, even on social media. I don't want any part of it. Stay away. Positive, and it's not just to be the positive zone, to be, cool or trendy. It really is because to me, I feel it's important, right? But there's so many people out there, just so many that I know need your help. They need your class, they need your guidance, they need your words, they need your you. How does someone get into your ecosystem?
That's a great question. So I have over 3,000 hours in pro bono life coaching. that I've done since 2018. And I don't do that anymore because it's time consuming. It's a lot of energy. I do still positive empowerment life coach for my team, and I only life coach my team. And I just I don't have the capacity to bring in the outside unless they are a part of the team. And I do open it up from time to time to mentor a certain amount of women. I'll bring them in. And if they want to be a spiritual entrepreneur, they want to change their lives, they want to make a difference in this world, they're like-minded, I really take my time and choose wisely who I'm bringing into my space. I don't chase, I attract. And it's something that I want to definitely read at the end. I have a little word affirmations that I say 3 times a day, and I would like to end with that. And that's basically, in a nutshell, is that if you want to be in my realm and you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you want to make a difference in this world, then definitely contact me. And once you're in that tight circle, then I just soak all of my energy and all of my time into you and help you see your own light and your own gifts and how you're just a big ball of love and gratitude. A lot of women don't realize that they are so powerful. So powerful.
Yeah. I mean, I'm agreeing with you 100%. And what I know from you, and so you do have Corporate Hippie Connection, you have your farm, you have multiple businesses, you are growing a team, you're helping people, and it's men and women in your team. They're ride or die with you. Your team is ride or die. Like, it's not about aligning with a company, which, first of all, any company you align with, it's because you mentally made a thoughtful decision to do so. It wasn't just because, and like you said, and we've talked about this off, it's like people throw money at you and it's like, no, you're doing it. You'll align with the right company for the right reasons. But your team, that's a reflection of your leadership. I'm just going to tell you. I mean, your ride or die, the culture within your team, I've seen it, is incredible. So anybody out there who
Thank you.
anybody, because I've been in teams where I just wanted to believe, I wanted to be part of, and I wasn't in some cases. And I was searching, like, if I found you, I would have been like, yes, I'm joining you and your team, because that's, I just wanted to belong. I wanted to improve. I wanted to, do better. And anybody out there who has ever had any kind of curiosity on working with e-commerce, working with home-based businesses, working with network marketing and direct sales, any of that, and you didn't feel like you belonged, if you didn't feel valued or treasured, please reach out. We'll make sure her Facebook link is in here, and reach out to her, because she's one of those leaders that 100% I can say, and I would recommend, when you get in her team and her culture, you're ride or die. I mean, and that's what I appreciate about you. You're one of the positives of this space. And so thank you for just being amazing. All right. So I want to hear your affirmations. What are they?
Okay, I will. How many do we have time? Let's do one of my favorite ones. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm at the right place at the right time. I don't chase, I attract. My presence naturally draws positive experiences and success. I trust life's perfect timing and embrace my journey with confidence and gratitude.
I'm going to have the team type that up. Okay. And we're going to put it in the description. And so when you're on Spotify and YouTube, we're going to make sure everybody sees that, because that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I had so much fun. I mean, I hope this met your expectation, and just, I love you. I do.
I love you, Donna.